that. Ah! Oh, it's Pulau. Hey, that one makes me feel funny. Did you take the opener too? Alright, cool.
Send in Goat Team 6.
We're good.
Now.
Are you awake?
We're good. We're good. I'm not gonna drink anymore tonight. Don't worry. It's staying turned off. Don't you worry, okay? I love you. Don's a fucking snitch. Don's a fucking snitch. I'm not, but Don's a fucking snitch. Snitches get stitches. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. Jolly G Willikers. You're both snitches. Good God. Y'all are snitches. I'm so mad. Alright, well, we're a little behind right now because I had a small little fight that turned into a heart-to-heart because some of y'all decided to get Bloodwing involved. Barb thinks I'm probably AFK at the moment, so I'm going to take a minute to get everything set up there. Otherwise, hope you're all doing A-okay. And I'll get this, I gotta get my other duties done ASAP. Let me now go to the FNF Discord. But thank you for bearing with me as I slowly set this up. Alright. Map is Pulau. Cool. Mission. Let me also get the prediction up as we wait here. This will be the first branch of NA. We'll put it on a 15-minute timer because why not? And let's look at what everyone has here. So OPFOR appears to have an MI8, multiple gun pads, a ZU-23.
Liru, I want my goat back.
I'm very woozy right now, James. Let's go with that. Let's just go with that. I'd probably say a 4 or a 5, but we'll see how things go. I just, you know, had to deal with a few things, but I'm just counting assets right now. But I appreciate it. Bloodwing's mad at me right now. OPFOR has 4 M2 technicals and MI8 with turrets and transport. Wow. 4 has... What does BLUFOR have over here? BLUFOR is on a ship. Wow, alright, that is a lot. Alright. Has CH-53, UH-1Y, 2 SOCOM boats, 2 M113s, and additional boats. Alright, let's get that saved, and I'm gonna go get that copied over. I don't know about numbers advantages, but that's okay. I'd assume the attackers have that, but Either way, let's get back into casting here. Night Owl giving me his multi. I'm going to be a little slow right now as I get into everything there, but that's a-okay. I didn't do anything to Bloodwind. She just doesn't ever want me to black out again. And I have to make sure I don't. So the drinking command is disabled, and you cannot pay me to drink right now. Sorry to say. I'm alive.
Oh, there he is.
I put the multi in the chat. I know I'm a little behind by 10 minutes, but that's a-okay.
It's okay. I know you're usually a little slow.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling there, buddy?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Oh, okay. Your chat was spreading some baseless accusations about you. I just want to make sure.
I know, but that's
aware.
okay. I have Chick-fil-A. They don't. That's why they're so angry with me. And I can't fire Don as a mod because Bloodwind will kill me, so I'm pretty much stuck. But that's okay.
I heard there were a couple other people that persuaded you.
Oh yeah,
to,
there's quite a few narcs. Don't worry. We'll
oh yeah, well I wouldn't say narcs, but some money bags.
Narcs.
Decided to
no, just
toss some cash.
Oh, I don't mind the money bags. I just mind the narcs. But anyway, it looks like OPFOR is defending two
yes,
ZU-23 statics and a ZSU.
Yes. So yeah, I've been going over it. I was just going over the roster here for Red 4. Red 4 defending they've got a scanny recon. They got sideways as a sniper. But otherwise, it's kind of a mixed bag of individuals.
Is he going robot for you guys too?
I kind of recognize and that I don't recognize. And
Barb, I think you're going a little robot here and there. You're still recognizable, but just wanted to point that out.
All right. Well, I noted that. But yeah, Red 4 defending a couple of ZU sites. BLUFOR do have some air assets that could be shot down by them, supposedly. But we will have to wait and see about that. Liru, I'll let you. I gotta go get some drinks because those same bad actors have come into my chat and are looking for more entertainment. So I gotta go get me a drink to drink heavily.
Okay.
And I will be right back.
Good luck with
you
that.
can go over stuff for your stream.
All right, well, I've already gone over assets as I typed everything over. So as we get into the rounds, first off, actually, no, I'll break it down and then we'll talk to Dingo because I'm curious to talk to you. It's been a while. Pierce is going to be... Pierce is going to be leading BLUFOR. He is one of the veteran commanders of Friday Night Fights. I'm not surprised to see him there. Mackenzie is going to be leading the X-Ray team. He's got Tanner's, Kaid, and Cormac with him. I'd imagine Kaid or Cormac going to be the sniper. One of the two are going to be the snipers. One of the others is going to have the suppressed weapon. Dreek leading Alpha HQ. He's got Anderson, Poe, Pi, Martin, Cyrus, and Wheaton under him for Alpha 1. Alpha 2 has Bridges, Coolbreeze, Maz, Pronix, Wikisan, Fist, and Coda under that group as well. Basically a bunch of 29th ID guys, which is the home community for Friday Night Fights. We have... Hold on one second. Righto, James. Thank you. You spend your money however you want to, man, but I appreciate you setting the record straight. My apologies. Let me continue. Nielsen is going to be leading Bravo HQ with Drake, Siblon, Cholt, Pinto, Norris, Montgomery. Under Bravo 1, Bravo 2 will have Eagle, Green, Shade Dog, 4, and Wells. Those guys are from the 2nd MRB. So both of the Milsim groups together, that's interesting to see. Otherwise, Charlie being led by Ilbanek, who we also see in OFCRA. He's also got Wise, Lurch, Night Owl, Snow Owl, Naders, Johnson, Goose, Siren, and Koak with them. Delta HQ has Banks, Swallow, Skipper, and Eric. G1, which is going to be a dedicated vehicle crew for the SOCOM boat that has Ghoster and Loki. And then Mito, Aussie, Wookie, and Michael are going to be taking the Venom, which is the up-armored, not up-armored, but upgraded UH-1Y. It also appears to have some rocket pods, which, knowing FNF, they're probably the flare rockets because they do the least damage, but hey, it'll be something still effective nonetheless. And then Patriot and Logan are going to be flying the CH-53, and it does have a GAU-21 on the rear, which is a quick-firing 50-cal turret. Looking at OPFOR, we got Despo commanding, again, one of the players that plays both OFCRA and Friday Night Fights. Under X-Ray, he has Flux leading from Papega, but we also see Chow, Dooley, Sideways, Coda, and Bayant in there, so a lot of good players under that group. That is definitely going to be a very, very good team of players to fight. We'll see how well they do. Sideways taking the sniper rifle, Coda and Bands both taking AS Vals according to the roster icons. Bravo 1 has Iander, Gabian, Whiplash, Nemesis, Falcon, Nafs, Mountain, Spike Europe, Olaf, and Bacon Flavored Ivan. So a mix of Scandi, Recon, and AA players with Whiplash and SOG Dev mixed in there as well. Charlie HQ has Night Owl leading it. Infidel being an explosive specialist along with Schnuffles under the Charlie HQ banner. I'd imagine these were Charlie 2 players that funneled into Charlie HQ by joining up with Night Owl, because there is no Charlie 2 here, but we do see a Charlie 1. We have Artisan, Colin, Corvo, Space Cowboy, Carl, Gary, Korvac, and Zoni under Charlie 1 there, who we have flying the helicopter here, the Mi-8 gunboat. We got Vagrant appearing to be the main pilot, with Blam and Buckets being his 2 gunners or co-pilot. Kiri is going to be operating the ZSU tank. Fuel is cut, but the gun still works. And then we have Squeak, Spot'em, Barn, Tomcat, Chaos, Hammy, Korn, and a member of the 82nd Cab Division under Delta 1. I could have sworn that already said 1 minute remaining. Yeah, it's past 15 minutes and it keeps saying 1 minute remaining. Interesting. Then we have Legal Action being a fill-in under Alpha 1 as a Pepega player, but he is one of the best. So, Dingo, was there an extension to the time? Because we're actually should have started.
We're overtime.
I am not aware.
I see.
There must have been.
Well, I wonder if Dream restarted the server because half the player base decided to kill themselves in the jungle. But anyway, jokes
He
aside.
was also stream sniping earlier. He was in my chat while he was in game. It
No,
I
was
see.
really.
he's not playing. He's not playing. He's in bed.
I see.
You choose to believe him. That's
Likely
that's a bold move.
story. But anyway,
I mean, you can always game from in your bed.
Dingo, how have you been doing? It's been a hot second.
I've been alright. I've been very warm. I'm now back in the country and it's very cold. It's been a very big adjustment as
Round has begun.
30 degrees to settle in back to. Yeah, it's been very cold, but I'm glad to be
see.
back. I'm glad to be able to see stuff. Unfortunately, my internet is still shocking and my laptop is still old, so my playing ability is incredibly slim. And I've just received a report on how my next year is going to look.
All right.
And I am away. So yeah, I've got 2 months in Scotland, 2 months in Macedonia, 2 months in Germany, and then 3 months in the Middle East again. So I'm not going to be very present, unfortunately, this year. But yeah,
Well, I'm
hoping
glad
by the time
things
I
are working
improve-
out for you, though. Nonetheless, it sounds fun.
Yeah, it's kept me busy. There's some good pictures going through. It's a bit strange. I released in my Discord a load of pictures I'd taken of a camel that was wrapped in straps on the back of a Hilux, which is not apparently I've release the new desert Arma mod, which apparently has camels that you can put in the back of Hiluxes, which I didn't know.
Yeah, for the new CDLC.
Yes, that's it. So yeah, that was a fun one. But no, it's been alright, and it's great to see everything happening back here again.
Absolutely.
Glad everything's still going strong. My baby still lives. Still
Absolutely.
On the E side as well.
So the MI8 did a pass by. It spotted some of the boats really early and did a pass over towards for spawn. Came under a lot of fire and dived low to pick up speed and get out of there. Came within probably 1 or 2 feet of hitting the tree line along the beach there. So it was very fortunate that they escaped that one. And they actually, well, it's not correct to say escape because they're still in contact, and we have some nice helicopter on helicopter violence going on.
The MI8's got to be careful, though, because on the rear position, that GAU 21 can easily tear it up, and you already see it on fire. One of them is dead, engine's out. That thing's going to explode before it hits the water, more than likely. That's exactly what the CH-53 wanted to bait that Mi-8 to do, and unfortunately it fell for it. And even if they survive that crash, they're well out of the zone, so as soon as they exit that Vic, they're going to die within 15 seconds. So great call on the CH-53 working with its UH-1Y to pick off and eliminate that one air asset. But now the real battle is going to be for these 3 objectives. And with all of them being autocannons, it's going to be a pretty tough one for BLUFOR to crack. I'm a little worried about OPFOR's formation here. They have a lot of forces kind of set up on a defensive line outside of the sector, and they've only left a small amount of forces to defend the sectors themselves, mainly around the one objective in Tanjun. But it looks like a majority of BLUFOR are bypassing this massive OPFOR line and heading down there. That's, I think, Despo showing a little bit of inexperience here in the fact that he doesn't realize where BLUFOR is more than likely going to come from. And maybe he was thinking they were spawning more upland instead of on the boats themselves, but he's going to have a tough time redeploying a lot of his forces to hold the ZU-23, because I'd imagine BLUFOR have so many forces placed at this point that they could easily set up a defensive line and stop OPFOR from bringing forces back in. So a little bit of a tough early on scenario here for OPFOR. I could still see them bouncing back in the PvP because they've got some really great players on their sides, but it's really tough to tell where this is going from there.
Depso doing the Generation Kill classic of denying enemy transportation by shooting the wheels off one of the technical trucks with another technical truck. But yeah, I absolutely agree with you. If that's his line of thinking, which seems to be the most logical one, then yeah, setting up for an inland assault would be advised, but I don't know, maybe he missed the fact that they have boats or something like that, because yeah, this seems like he really was not expecting this.
Regardless, I could see OPFOR immediately calling their forces down and doing a rear line attack, but based off of the fact they're so spread out, it really does show that OPFOR wasn't expecting BLUFOR to be this direct.
Yeah, and good on them for taking this route. We do have those, those M113s are pretty loud. We do have Delta One pushing from southeast from their position near the town of Nirvana, and now they're kind of moving towards the sound of those engines. So we may see contact here open up. That might kind of bite BLUFOR a little bit.
So you got one of the... Go ahead. You have one of the M2 Humvees on the coast firing at the closer SOCOM boat, but now the SOCOM boats are returning fire with those M134 miniguns. That's causing them to feel they're suppressed, so they're pulling the technical back a little bit. You're also having BLUFOR beginning their attack with Delta HQ on the 113, suppressing with the 240 Bravo up top, just to keep those buildings locked down, just in case OPFOR is up there.
M2's firing again. It's got some good hits with the Charlie HQ boat. As they return fire. Fire going between them, and no real casualties on either side. Yeah.
Well, Ilbenek, it looks like he has one guy down on the 50 cal gun. We see Wise and Siren on either boat are actually taken out. Loki is also down, so that 50 cal has actually racked up 3 kills here.
Yeah, and that minigun spraying down the coastline up and down. Good for suppression, but these guys, they're unfazed. They feel very confident in their position, and they're not budging.
They haven't gotten any, BLUFOR hasn't gotten any kills on them either, whereas OPFOR have racked up 3, which is a great way to start knocking out that early numbers advantage. But because that number advantage is still relevant here, and the fact that OPFOR is going to be fighting a much more superior BLUFOR force, it's unfortunately not really going to make a dent in all of that.
Yeah,
and it was kind of
exactly mistake to stay that long shooting with the boat, because everyone is so exposed and vulnerable, especially to a 50 cal. Yeah, staying that long and prolonging that fight like that is not what that boat is designed for. So that was a bit of a misplay, in my opinion, on them.
Now we're just going to watch BLUFOR encircle these areas. We're probably going to see these 2 forces break off, one going for the southern objective, one going for the western one. But from there, I think BLUFOR still has forces in the terms of the boat still has like a 5 or 6 man strike team but they're also having people getting out of the Vix and recrewing some of the guns because they were taken out by that 50 cal. But I think those boats are going to go for where Gamma one is over at the ZSU, all the way back there. And we might actually see this round wrap up within the next 15 or 20 minutes if BLUFOR keeps their speed up. We see OPFOR already mounting some of their forces back and starting to head back. They'll probably set up a defensive position around the ZSU, realizing their mistake here and making that objective harder to get. But if BLUFOR is quick to move on this, I think they could actually just sweep the objectives out from most of OPFOR's force here.
Yeah, this is one of the times where having the bird's eye view that we do kind of reveals a situation that is not the perceived reality.
Yes.
BLUFOR, they obviously do not know how much of an advantage they have right now. Once they get eyes on this compound and realize that it's empty, they're gonna. I'm sure they're gonna rush in as soon as they can, but they're gonna stay cautious until that point. And that caution is gonna cost them time, and that time is gonna give Red4 an ability to get down there with the trucks that they're in now.
So there's been 2 more casualties on the boats. We're down to 5 kills on the boats from Charlie HQ. Schnuffles on that 50 cal gun. So great sprays by him, and those miniguns have yet to kill anyone on the OPFOR side.
And my heart goes out to those people who die on that boat, because all they did wrong was get on the boat. Like that was their only mistake. It was a fatal one.
So OPFOR is instead opting to send their forces around to actually come on the northern side of these forces, and that might allow for BLUFOR to get that strike team down and eliminate that ZSU.
Yeah, Bridges is moving in. He's taking point, which is good. So once he clears this tree line, I'm sure he'll give the order to push. But yeah, this is what I was afraid of. He sees the battle towers. He's being very cautious. He's doing what he's, kind of trained and experienced to do. You don't charge at an objective like this out of the gate.
X-Ray's having these 2 vehicles drive by. What we need to see BLUFOR do on the SOCOM boats is get an explosive specialist out with satchels and just throw them over the area there. Granted, they have a big search area, but it's kind of easy to predict where the ZSU is going to be. It's going to be in one of those fortified in areas to then take out.
Even then, Bridges might be able to spot it.
The not a boat meme.
With that big sandbag and concrete placement. Just get a peek of it.
Schnuffle's still alive. His Vic has taken a bit of damage. But otherwise, BLUFOR is doing a great job. We're going to start seeing them taking out the one objective that OPFOR have dismounted to the north of and are trying to move in on, but they're not rushing it.
And Bridges is still acting very cautious. It's honestly funny from our perspective, seeing him take this caution when there's no danger inside this area. Bravo for Red 4 actually dismounting. That's Scandi. They're dismounting early. Or were they one of the forces that was here? No, Bravo weren't here before. Yeah, Chaos in the truck. They didn't pop a tire, did they? No. So, they're also just being very cautious. Very highly experienced people just being very cautious. Rockets going off.
Skipper just hit a tree and flipped his 113. Now he's under fire.
That smoke gen going off too. Ooh.
That was an explosive charge thrown to also try to do damage to it. It was unfortunately ineffective. The guy that threw those charges is now dead, unfortunately.
All right, Bridges is spotted and likely called in the ZSU. Since they have the area secure, looks like they're going to wait for their engineer, which is Cyrus. Yep, he's heading out there. He's a nice little leisurely stroll.
Despo just got picked off. That's OPFOR ground command down.
Yep, by Drake, I believe.
So the other boat with a few crewmen still alive for Charlie HQ. They're now heading south. Don't know why they broke off north, but they can regroup with Ghoster and deploy on that ZSU position and find it and take it out. Hopefully their explosive specialist is still alive. Otherwise, BLUFOR could land the boat, pick them up, and then move them over. But just OPFOR is completely out of position for whatever reason in this scenario. So I think OPFOR is going to get a pretty quick loss here, another 10, 15 minutes. And multiple BLUFOR guys actually blew up with that ZSU's explosion. Interesting.
A couple of guys are outside of it. I think they were shot by Bravo 1 to the north-northeast. You know, we see some GLs landing in their direction. But yeah, they do get that first one, like you mentioned. Cyrus threw a nice little explosive charge on there, and it blew it up perfectly.
BLUFOR, meanwhile, Bravo has slowed down against OPFOR Charlie. OPFOR now having a large force to the north. An AT round just came in, knocked Martin unconscious. Wheaton, I think, was also on comm, but he woke back up. BLUFOR might actually get sandwiched here before they can move on the third objective, which is quite interesting to see here. And the Charlie HQ, Vic, is still just opting to stay on the guns and pull outside security. And Schnuffles might now move back to the Vic and start spraying at them again. Now we're seeing the M2 from the SOCOM Vic start to fire at the off-road, even though it's dismounted. But I don't think BLUFOR realizes just how well off they are right now. They might slow down to their own caution, which you can't really fault them for, because they're just trying to figure out where the rest of OPFOR is at this point.
Right.
Now that boat with those personnel are pushing up far north because that 50 cal is firing at him again.
Yeah, and that's why they were shooting at the off-road. They wanted to try and disable it, but it doesn't have to move. It's a perfect little machine gun nest right where it is. And yeah, the BLUFOR situation is exactly what I feared. If they took too long, both at the western objective and the southern one, then yeah, Red 4 would easily sandwich them.
What they don't realize, though, is they don't need to. They can just have the boat team go around and deploy on that ZSU and blow it up, because there's only one guy defending it.
Yeah, there's a ZSU. That's not my concern. My concern is Tanjung, or Tanyong, or whatever, however you pronounce it. That still has a very hardy defensive line there of PESCO barriers and some decent names defending it. They don't have the numbers.
I agree,
right now, that
but
force isn't attacking.
Bravo basically turned around and is now fighting the force that's breathing down their neck instead of pushing to actually break through and take the objective. Alpha is now stuck because they were supposed to move in behind Bravo, but now they're stuck with the force that has now come in and is directly challenging them, and now BLUFOR might actually lose this attack because of that mistake. And OPFOR does seem to be outperforming them on the PvP level here. You got Pronix and Maz leading a push against Mountain and Nemesis. But OPFOR might actually be able to win this back because of BLUFOR's inability to maneuver on the objectives themselves and instead focusing on the kills.
We do have Banks sneaking through the bushes up to Collins' position.
Why are you...
Which is near that off-road, but they're going to get away. One of those boats has gone over towards that southwestern objective. I believe that was Banks?
Yeah, no. I think they're going up to pick up the two CH-53 crewmen because they don't want to bring that in, but one of them's glitched themselves in the aircraft carrier. Both of them have glitched themselves in the aircraft carrier.
Oh, both of them? When I looked before, it was just Logan.
Yeah, and I looked back just now, and now both of them are in there, so that's weird.
Fucking amazing. Logan and Patriot in the same goddamn spot.
BLUFOR don't really realize they're throwing this on multiple fronts, even though they had such an opportune advantage.
Oh, Logan's phasing in and out. Ilbanek is trying to get as
close as they can
with the SOCOM boat.
OPFOR have a small group, but they're being encircled with Bayant on the rear, picking them off. He just took out two dudes.
Yeah, BLUFOR doing kind of a desperation push down. I think this line is going to get decimated. This last push of about 7 or 8 men. Fisk goes down there. Wheaton under fire as well as Poe.
Bayant finding Montgomery here. No, he doesn't. Thought he saw him through the smoke. Bayant actually being friendly fired now.
Ghoster getting taken out. He was the driver of the boat on that southwestern objective and beaches the boat right here next to Tanner's
Did he try to solo that?
Yes. Or I don't know if he was trying to solo it per se, but well, the boat is now blown up.
Amazing. He went into an angle that the ZSU could actually hit him on. And
running to it.
I don't know.
He's running towards a boat that is
BLUFOR
actively being fired up.
BLUFOR threw this pretty hard.
They threw that pretty fucking hard.
I really don't understand, because this is Pierce commanding.
Yeah, that's
And
what
Pierce is dead in a boat right now. I know. Yeah, Dingo's laughing. I know too. I don't say anything about it publicly. I try to give him the benefit of the doubt, but yeah.
He really,
Like-
really believes that he has a fantastic confidence in his own plans, and that's really good to see because it makes people believe, and that's what you need in a leader.
Honestly, his plan was good. It was the execution of it, in my opinion.
See,
that,
Yeah, and you know what? Actually, I will support that because that is unfair to say. Because actually,
I mean,
they
the
were
grand
such a
strategy.
dominant start of this. And
Yeah,
if
the
they
grand
kept
strategy of going along
Yeah.
the coast was so good.
If they
Sorry,
kept
go
that
ahead.
up, they would've
Patriots
s-
unconscious on the ocean floor drowning.
Yeah, no, it was a good plan, just some poor execution. And it's the worst part of it is that the execution that BLUFOR did was the logical one. They took it slow. They went, they crept up on the defenses.
Okay,
They
no,
didn't
no.
charge out.
BLUFOR's great mistake was turning their forces north and engaging the force there instead of pushing to take the objective with mobility.
Or
Because
even
that's
doing a
exactly what
fighting
they did
retreat.
with one of them. But they could have had Bravo go in, put pressure on the northern objectives, but as soon as they took pressure, they backed off into the northern force. What they should have done was they should have found a rock, held firm, let their reinforcements come in from the other objective. Alpha could have flanked it, gotten that done, and then they could have coordinated with the boats, but gotten picked up on the coast and immediately steamed over to the other objective. Which, it would have taken a little bit of speed, but if you have a good commander putting pressure on the squad leaders to execute a plan like that, it could have gone through. Instead, BLUFOR just turned and engaged the northern force as they, for whatever reason, tried to back away, or they wanted to get kills or secure their flank, whatever. That was the wrong move, and now it's going to really be difficult for Alpha HQ for BLUFOR to get in, hit the objective here. But then they also have to rely on either the boat or the helicopter deploying forces to blow up the ZSU, because Recon's not going to be able to do anything with that. X-Ray doesn't have any AT, so they're
I was about
screwed.
to say, Mackenzie, Cormac, and Sanders Brothers, they're all in a decent position, but they have no utility to take this thing out. They don't have any satchel charges because none of them are engineers. They don't have any AT. They got nothing. Best chance they got is to ram it with a helicopter, and that's against the rules.
I mean, I just heard the the UH-1Y do a rocket strike. It actually blew up an off-road with those rockets.
It has rockets?
Yeah, it has rocket pods. 2 rocket pods on the side.
Oh, damn, I missed those. Those are tiny.
So, I don't mean to talk shit about Despo, the OPFOR commander, but he had an experience with the plan he established. And at this point, the only reason it worked and became a brilliant plan by encircling BLUFOR was A, he has some of the best players in FNF on his side. He's got Scandi Recon, he's got Bay, he's got... Did he have Stark? I don't think I actually saw Stark, but... no, he had Papega, too. So he's got, like, 2 of the best communities out there, some of the best solo players on his side, and they were able to quickly maneuver and execute this plan. Or I guess his backup plan when he realized that he got completely outmaneuvered. And it's just on Pierce for not wrangling his squad leaders. Not even just Pierce, the squad leaders, too, especially Bravos for making them pull back. So... it's just kind of bit him in the ass, and now OPFOR is actually going to have a pretty hard victory here with a lot of dudes still alive.
Banks had 2 or 3 seconds of firing on Artisan. Artisan takes 1 bullet and drops Banks.
Yeah.
Like,
That
ugh.
chopper's going down too hard. Thunk.
There it is. They actually get out okay.
Yeah, got a few down in time. That's good.
2 out of 3. That's a mission success.
Oh my gosh, and the SOCOM boat has no choice but to deploy over here to try to hit the objective because Alpha's been mostly wiped. Yeah. And then what the hell is X-Ray going to do? Even if they kill Carey, who's outside the Vic, they have no way to take out that ZSU. So this round's just going to get extended to a really long time for no apparent reason.
Yeah, and Gary's just doing recon now. His head is sticking out like a sore thumb with X-Ray there.
Drake was just killed by Ban. Schultz driving through, wild weaseling with smoke. I am too hyped up on coffee to screw this up.
It's definitely a risky strategy to have your head that far on display.
Yeah. Yeah, so now OPFOR is all just... Not even all OPFOR. They still have Delta all the way up north, but there's so much OPFOR here now. Because Bravo and Alpha for BLUFOR were in 2 separate groups, and OPFOR was able to just pretty much divide and conquer and piecemeal those guys, and that's why OPFOR has such a high number advantage right now. I'd be curious to see the kills between X-Ray, for example. X-Ray hasn't lost a single dude, but I've seen them on the front line here getting kill after kill, and you even still see them. Coda, Bant, Flux, Dooley. They're going to start sweeping and eliminating the rest of these guys. Here's Ilbanek. Bay's running by. Coda gets GL'd. But then he's able to kill Ilbanek because that GL did nothing except cripple him.
Ooh, there it is.
And Schultz down.
With the RPG-42.
Yeah.
Taking out Schultz. And Night getting in the ZU-23 to celebrate. And yeah, I mean, not the outcome I was expecting. I was not expecting this outcome 20 minutes ago.
Here comes Flux.
10 minutes ago.
Flux drops Snow Owl. Naders comes around behind him. Flux keeps mobile and drops him. Dooley puts a few follow-up shots. Flux puts some handgun rounds in him. Now it's just Goose. That's it.
He's got that Scar Age, so it'd be nice and punchy at close range, but I wonder if the fire rate of Flux's AK
Does
is
ZSU just eliminate one of the X-Ray guys through one of the keyhole he has?
Ghost is dead. Goose is dead, excuse me.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
My God.
Wait, they really got spot. They missed their shot or something?
Who
They
did?
must. The X-Ray guys, they must have missed their shot trying to take him out.
X-Ray doesn't have an AT.
No, a shot at Carey. Last I looked, he was outside of the ZSU on top of it. Like
I think Carey got back in and just watched because there's only so many angles he can see from this little spot. He used his one little northern opening to kill the boat, and he's using his one western opening to kill an X-Ray dude.
This is something else.
So finally someone on the X-Ray group dies. It's sideways, but that X-Ray team just swept and cleared the last of the BLUFOR force that was attacking. It's just down to X-Ray.
Yep, and there's no way for them to blow up that objective that they're at. There's no way for them to ever possibly clear out all the forces by Tanjung.
So OPFOR have to hear that ZSU going off. I'd be curious to see if X-Ray got in the SOCOM boat and drove over, because otherwise anything else is going to be a long walk away. However, we do have Falcon. He hears those sounds. He's going to swim over to this other side here, and he's going to go kill those guys. And yeah. I don't get what is X-Ray doing? Like Cormac and Tanders, they hear that autocannon going off. They know by now. I think they think it's just a 23 a ZU, not a ZSU, and they think they can still pick it off or something.
Maybe. I mean, they should have had perfect eyes on it to see that there was a chassis and a turret.
Yeah, at least the radar dome up top, right? I don't get what they're doing.
Their best? Tanner's brother on the north side actually gets caught out by Falcon.
Yep, picked off.
Like a hawk.
Like a hawk. I don't know. Like, I hate to speak ill of some of the commanders here, but just the amount of things that were thrown. My God. Carey's even feeling confident enough to just get out and, like, look around.
I want to know how early on Pierce died in that boat, because if he died early on and there was no one at the helm to kind of wrangle the situation when things got out of hand, would make a lot of sense. It would explain more than a few things. And yeah, Carey just trying to plink with his AK.
He sees Falcon moving around over there, but he doesn't take a shot, realizing he might be friendly.
No, yeah, I wish he would. Nah, he knows. Cormac now peeking out again.
Yeah, there's little movement. Does Carrie spot it? No, he does not.
And it's worth noting that his Cormac's camo is a lot better
Carrie
on this
sees him.
terrain than it was in any part of the jungle. Yeah, Cormac's been hit.
Falcon, if he gets on this rock, actually will have an angle on Cormac.
Yeah, but Cormac
I think Cormac saw him coming.
Yep. We can't spend forever looking that way. Oh,
Well, where CCO68 Skype is. Look at that Skype site. You know what I mean. Morphine himself. Falcon looking over. Can't line the shot up.
and Cormac rolls out of danger.
Falcon gonna triple time and run up? Yes, he is. Falcon's going for the charge.
Triple timing it, of course. Yep, cooking the grenade. Nowhere near close enough.
Jumps in the water, still gets hit by his own shrapnel.
A lot, too. That ace fragmentation, no joke.
Yeah, he's still gonna go for it. Hopefully he's not crippled.
Looks like he is, both legs. So you don't want to get seawater in those wounds. That'd be awful, too. You, like, got shot or some kind of open wound, and then you jumped right into ocean water. It'd be awful. Another grenade goes, sails way over and goes into the water.
Falcon is on a mission. He's
strike
gonna
from
end this,
above.
and Cormac has no idea. And there it is. Tanner's is... Call it. Call it. There it is. Oh my god. And look at he's trying to shoot at Tanner's there, and he gets the other kill officially just before it ends.
Amazing.
Wow.
Someone shot a rocket
Wow.
with the CSU as well. Jesus. Well, that's round one.